Hello, I am Kelly Speaks Backman, and I lead the Department of Energy's Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy. I am excited to join this virtual conference today to share the programmatic priorities of my office and to talk about how we can ensure grid resilience and reliability on that road to net zero. I'm sure you all recognize the urgency of the climate crisis that we all face, not as single nations or single communities, but our world at large. President Biden's clean energy goals put America on an irreversible path to achieving a 100% clean energy economy with net zero emissions not later than 2050. And here at DOE, we recognize our essential role in executing President Biden's climate mission. For decades now, DOE has been investing in innovative renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable transportation technologies. Our mission in the Office of Energy and Efficiency and Renewable Energy is to accelerate the research, development, the demonstration, and the deployment of technologies and solutions to equitably transition America to net zero greenhouse gas emissions economy-wide, not later than 2050. All the while, creating good paying jobs and ensuring that the clean energy economy benefits all Americans, especially workers in communities that are impacted by the energy transition and those who are historically underserved by the energy system and overburdened by pollution. Now, there is no single technology and certainly no single solution that's going to get us there. It's going to take us coordinating efforts on a wide variety of areas and technologies. We've augmented our research portfolio to include a strong emphasis on getting technologies that are close to commercialization ready to deploy. And then on the other hand, really continuing those investments in the earlier stage technologies that have a clear path to commercial viability. In doing this, we established 5 programmatic priorities to aid this transition. They are to decarbonize the grid, decarbonize transportation, decarbonize the industrial sector, reduce the carbon footprint of buildings, and decarbonize the agricultural sector. Each of these priorities is focused on a sector, you'll note, not a technology. And these 5 are the major contributors to our nation's greenhouse gas profile. This focus on sectors rather than technologies really leads to more collaboration with ourselves, with national labs and other federal agencies, as well as with our state and local partners and private industry to make sure that we meet these objectives. Now, we know that the fastest and the most cost-effective way to decarbonize the entire economy is to prioritize the transition to a carbon-free power sector. As we make this significant transition to the decarbonized grid, we're going to be doubling down on innovation and clean energy technology deployment, including wind, solar, storage, hydro, electric vehicles, carbon-free buildings, and the devices that control and operate these buildings and technologies. We have to rapidly accelerate the deployment of existing renewable resources to prepare to scale up nationwide. And as we do this, we need to ensure that we maintain the resilience of the grid so that we can continue to ensure reliable access to power in communities across the United States. We have to take a holistic approach and identify opportunities for co-benefits of energy strategies as we plan for this cleaner, more resilient, and more efficient energy future. With thoughtful and targeted efforts, I think we can achieve these shared goals of making our communities more resilient, improving energy affordability for all, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions to preserve the health of both people and planet. These are not necessarily mutually exclusive goals, but we have to take care to balance what can sometimes be considered competing priorities. Energy efficiency and energy storage are important building blocks for community resilience. They can help to keep the power on during natural disasters or other emergencies. They can reduce costs and emissions. And efficiency is one of the easiest and the most cost-effective ways to combat climate change. It cleans the air we breathe, it can improve competitiveness of our businesses, and it can reduce energy costs for consumers. It is so often said that the cheapest electricity is the electricity that we don't consume. And DOE has a long history of supporting energy efficiency for this very reason. A lot of the energy that we produce is wasted through delivery loss, through heat loss, through the building envelope, and through inefficient technology, increasing pollution and costing American families and businesses money. There is incredible potential for us to reduce Americans' energy use. For example, in 2017, a DOE-supported analysis by EPRI found that the United States could save roughly 740,000 gigawatt hours of electricity through cost-effective energy efficiency investments in the residential, commercial, and industrial sectors through 2035. This finding underscores the potential for efficiency to deliver cost-effective savings that impact our grid decarbonization goals. Energy efficiency improvements through efforts like weatherization, HVAC improvements like switching to heat pumps, lighting, and appliance upgrades, and many more solutions can really substantially reduce communities' energy use, slashing our carbon footprint and saving money for households, for businesses, and for state and local governments. And the benefits don't stop at reduced cost and emissions. Energy efficiency and demand flexibility is also a first step towards resilience and reliability. Reduced electricity load from efficiency improvements minimizes congestion and stress on the grid, and efficiency savings afford households, businesses, and government entities more resources to prepare for and mitigate the impacts of natural disasters and other disruptions. Efficiency also reduces the amount of backup power that we need to buy for our emergencies. It is a win-win-win situation here. So an example of that is one model that was developed by our office staff of a critical facility in North Carolina that showed a 20% energy savings through energy efficiency investments, reduced the estimated upfront cost of a PV plus storage system for resilience by about $400,000. That's money in the bank right there. And on the issue of energy storage, it can similarly deliver broad benefits to communities. On-site energy storage at residential, commercial, and public buildings can reduce energy costs by lowering peak demand charges. It can reduce carbon emissions by allowing for storage and use of intermittent renewable power from wind and solar at the same time. Another benefit of storage is improved resilience, of course. As many communities are experiencing harsher and more frequent natural disasters and associated power disruptions, storage and backup power are more important than ever. Energy stored on-site can meet some or all of those power needs for households, businesses, and critical community facilities when they lose power from the grid because of these natural disasters or other events that are happening more frequently and with more severity. Critical facilities like hospitals, emergency operations centers, police stations, and the communities that they serve are especially important beneficiaries of this distributed energy storage and generation concept. These facilities provide critical services that require continued operations during these natural disasters or malicious attacks that disable the grid many times. In many communities, schools or other large public buildings also serve as emergency shelters for prolonged recovery periods, and storage systems can help ensure that these shelters can maintain operations during those periods, even if it's just being able to refrigerate folks' medicines. Efficiency amplifies the benefits of storage systems by reducing facilities' energy needs and allowing scarce resources like fuel to be allocated elsewhere. So, as we work to decarbonize this global economy sector by sector, we have to put our communities first. We need to ensure that we leave no community behind in this transition. Efficiency and storage are important tools for ensuring community resilience, even as the grid shifts to flexible and smarter energy mix, and as our energy mix and our energy demand continues to change. This secure and resilient power grid is more than just keeping the lights on. It's really vital to preserving our nation's security, our economic prosperity, and the livelihood of all Americans. It means money saved for families who have more efficient homes capable of withstanding hotter summers and colder winters. It means new businesses with good paying jobs created by the entrepreneurs who can help every pocket of the country meet our sustainability goals. And it also means safeguarding the nation for future generations. So I really appreciate your time and your attention today, and I appreciate the partnership that we are offering and that we accept on behalf of the Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Office. So thank you very much.